APC!
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an address by Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs. A press conference held today in Port Harcourt, the 30th September, day of September 2018, calling for the postponement of the Rivers State All Progressives Congress governorship primary. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, as you are aware, the gubernatorial primary of our great party, the All Progressives Congress, is scheduled for today, Sunday, the 30th day of September 2018. You will recall that pursuant to Mr. President and the National Executive Committee's directives, I aligned myself with the preference for direct primaries. However, when the National Working Committee reached the decision that indirect primaries be adopted for the governorship primary in Rivers State, as a loyal party man, I accepted the decision in good faith, despite the fact that there are pending litigations in various courts which might vitiate and truncate the process. I thus ramped up my campaign, but soon discovered that our great party structures, from the state executive committees as the ESCO, local government and ward ESCOs across the state, have been directed by Right Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, the leader of our party in the state, not to allow me access to our party faithful and delegates, but to only support the aspiration of his preferred aspirant, Architect Tonye Cole. Field reports I have received show clearly that certain persons have been handpicked from all the wards as delegates to the primary in clear breach of our party constitution and the guidelines, and even as I speak to you, names have been added and deleted from the delegates list to remove the names of persons perceived to be my supporters. That in spite of the flawed process in which the delegates were selected, the list of the delegates and guidelines of the primary have not been made public. Our request to the State Executive Committee yesterday, 29 September 2018, less than 24 hours to the primary, for the list of delegates and guidelines yielded no fruits. Rather, we were referred to the national executive of our great party. Moreover, my campaign team last night intercepted text messages sent to the handpicked delegates by officials of the state ESCO of our party to assemble at secret locations dotted across Port Harcourt for accreditation, from where they will be transported to the venue for the sole agenda of imposing the preferred aspirant of Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi on the party in Rivers State. Which then begs the question, by what delegates list did the state ESCO invite delegates via text messages last night for accreditation? Section 87(7) of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended states that, and I quote, a political party that adopts the system of indirect primary for the choice of its candidate shall clearly outline in its constitution and rules the procedure for the democratic election of delegates to vote at the convention, congress, or meeting. Also, Article 24 of the APC Constitution stipulates that indirect primary for the purpose of nominating a candidate shall be done at a designated venue for that purpose by an electoral college of delegates democratically elected by members of the party from various wards. These grave anomalies and brazen overt support and bias of the state ESCO of our great party, the APC, prompted my protest letter dated 28 September 2018 to the national chairman, wherein I raised the following grounds of protest. 1. Breach of Section 87 of the Electoral Act 2010 as amended and Article 24 of the APC Constitution. 2. The leadership of the party in the state has overtly shown preference and support for one of the aspirants to the exclusion of all others, even before the governorship primary. 3. The leadership of the party in Rivers State has refused to accord aspirants a level playing field ahead of the primary because I have no access to neither the delegates list nor the party guidelines. This obvious act of imposition of a governorship aspirant will lead to an unsavory barrage of litigations that may dim the chances of our great party at the 2019 general elections in Rivers State. It is public knowledge that on several occasions our party officials, consisting of our state leader, the state ESCO, local government and ward ESCOs, accompanied Mr. Tonye Deleko on campaign tours, during which he was publicly presented as the governorship candidate of the party in Rivers State for the 2019 general elections. It is clear from the foregoing that the minimum standards to guarantee a free and fair primary today, the 30th day of September 2018, are non-existent, and any primary held today would be a mere sham and a perfidious travesty. To this end, I, Chief Dumo Lulu-Briggs, most graciously appeal to the national chairman of our great party and the national working committee to, as a matter of utmost urgency, postpone the gubernatorial primary for Rivers State so as to correct the anomalies herein complained of, because the present arrangement falls short of the minimum standards stipulated by the Electoral Act and our party constitution. One thing I must assure my teaming supporters is that we are very much in the race, and by the grace of God, we shall come out victorious. Thank you so very much, and God help us.
Ask a question. My name is Soidi Oluwari from Nigerian Info. You've read out all your issues here. I want to find out, are you in any way withdrawing from the race?
No, well, I think it's fairly obvious. What we are calling for is a level playing field. We want to present our party in the best form before the electorate in Rivers State. Therefore, the process leading to the nomination of the candidate for governor has to be transparent, must accord with the provisions of the Electoral Act and the party constitution. So this appeal is for the National Working Committee, the chairman of our great party, to postpone the primary scheduled for today, so that the anomalies that we have raised, right, can be looked into, addressed, and allow for a free and fair, quite transparent process that will lead to the nomination of a candidate that will be acceptable to all the aspirants, to the rank and file of the party, and to the Rivers electorate.
We have seen situations where prayers from stakeholders like you have been made, but unanswered. If it remains the same, you have just made a prayer now. If it remains the same, what will be your next line of action?
I must emphasize that we have a very responsible national leadership of our great party, and every request that is made to them, every appeal is looked into and handled, judiciously. Therefore, I believe that this will not be any different. It will be looked into, and we shall get a postponement, of this primary, because the facts that we have laid out here, the evidence is clear and is glaring, and it cannot be avoided by our National Working Committee. However, I cannot now say whether or not we shall go to court, but what I can tell you is that all options are open.
My name is Omidie Pinepost, the Nigeria Television Authority. Now, Chief, in the course of the World and Local Government Congresses, you have admitted at all times, at the end of the day, whatever the House in the state agrees on, you are going to be part of it. At what point did you decide that you can no longer be part of the bigger party?
Well, we have not decided that we cannot be a part of the bigger party. I don't understand what the bigger party is. The All Progressive Congress in Rivers State is one body, and I'm an aspirant for governor under the All Progressive Congress. So I remain a part of it. What we have always maintained, my campaign have always maintained, is that at the end of the day, we understand that these things happen in a large family as the APC is today, and that these issues will be looked into judiciously and expeditiously by the party, and whosoever emerges at the end, that I am certain that all party members will file behind that candidate. That is why we are taking this step to ensure that the process is smooth, so that when we have justice in this matter, then the arguments shall be slim and just. It is only important that the process is transparent. Between conception, and actualization is a bumpy road called process. I don't understand why we should be afraid to follow that process. That process is very, very important. The current infidelity to the expectations of the Rivers electorate and the APC party faithful by the leadership of the APC is befuddling. So we have come before the press, before Rivers people, before Nigerians, to lay open our grievances, all because we are interested in the victory of the All Progressives Congress come 2019. We have labored to make the APC what the APC is today. But we must tell the APC that Rivers people are tired of politicians getting in the way of their dreams. Therefore, we must have a transparent process. And as I've always maintained, if we don't get the politics right, we will never get the governance right. If we don't get the governance right, we will never get the economics right. And the economics is what determines whether or not your kids are able to go to school, whether you can afford Medicare, whether you can own your homes, whether Greater Port Harcourt is truly greater, whether Rivers State, right, is due for a second city, whether Trans-Calabari is done, or whether Bori remains a glorified municipal council. These things are important for us to make sure that we get it right. If not before, this time is a wonderful opportunity and we shouldn't miss it.